Hello and welcome back to another episode of Yelling for Society. I am Sezar, a comedian lying on a couch doing a self-care podcast. And boy, oh boy, do I need self-care. I need self-care, I need care, I need all the therapy you can send me, all the positive vibes and thoughts. I have had the shittest week, not even week, end to the week, half week, 3 days of absolute hell and stress that I did not ask for, but I'll give you the breakdown. Okay, so on Wednesday, I had some thievery happening. My bike accessories, right, was taken off the handles. Now, one of the items was one of these quad lock mounts. I'm sure you've seen them, or you've got the idea. The idea you can put your phone on the handle of your bicycle. Someone had taken that off, and it fucking annoyed me because you have to have an Allen key to unscrew that. That is tight. That's not someone just trying to take a chance. They came up with tools. Who the fuck is walking around with Allen key? Who are these sad people in their life? I mean, I know crime rate is high and everything else, but it's the most spineless crimes ever. I mean, you've already got the Allen key. You can take some furniture, unpack it, steal it, and then rebuild it at your home. Get yourself a nice home. But this bike accessory, I mean, it is worth. I mean, it's 30 quid new. Right? I don't know how much you're getting it thing, and you're just gonna take it to some cheap. You're gonna get a fiver out of it. I mean, is that what we're doing now? Right? Are we that desperate for stuff? Because I tell you what, the homeless people don't have Allen keys. Crackheads don't walk around Allen keys. These are people. These are adults. These are grown men, and I guarantee it was a man. Um, yeah, absolute nonsense. But here's the one that really fucking pissed me off. They stole a rubber fucking band. It's got like I have these the bike lights, but they detach, for theft. So usually you just have the rubber band left over, and they took that. I mean, what are you gonna do with that? What possible thing? It's only compatible with the one bike light that I have. So again, dumb shit. I think that's just petty crime. That is just pettiness altogether. And I think to myself, oh my god, you had some theft? No man, that explains it. That explains why you're so stressed. Oh no. That's minimum stuff. I didn't even care. I fucking shrugged my shoulders and walked off. I'm like, all right, fair enough, not this again. But on Thursday, the entire bike was stolen this time. The entire fucking bike. I had my bike stolen. Horrible experience to happen to you in London. Very, very often stuff. This is the kind of stress I don't need. This kind of self care. This is why we do self care. Because after this happened, I sank at home and kind of a bit of self pity. Really fucking wanted just to absolute deep dive into some junk food, and I didn't. I resisted all that. I just laid there with my fucking dark thoughts consuming me and being like, what the fuck? Right, that gut feeling of, oh my god, I should have, I would have, I could have, all these fucking stories that we tell ourselves all these times. But to be honest, it was about time it was coming. I've been careless, and I've had times where I have like a bike pouch. It's like an accessory. You put your stuff in it, and then it straps to the handlebar. And I put keys in there. I put the bike lights and stuff. All this detachable stuff. I put it in there, and I walk away. One time, a while ago, this was broad daylight in the summertime. I left the pouch on there all day. I went away. I must have been gone a good 5 hours, maybe more actually, maybe 7 hours, if not eight. And I realized I was like, oh fuck, where's my pouch? Ran back to the bike. It was there. Again, someone could have easily looked in that pouch, looked in there, saw the keys, and or if even if they're just taking the pouch. And those are when I say keys, they're not just keys to unlock the bike. They're my house keys. Like that's how fucking dumb I was to leave it there. And another time where I was telling you one of the bike accessories was the phone mount. I put the phone on the mount. I walked away, came back like 10 minutes. Thank God no one took it. It just fucking happens, guys. If I, you know what I mean, I've been careless. But one of the most careless things that I've been with this one is because with this bike, it was a newer one. I only had it for 3 fucking months. That's how annoying it was. and it was so light and it was so like smooth to ride and stuff in comparison to my old bike, which I thankfully still fucking have. I still have the old bike, but that one is so chunky. Like when I got back on, I'm oh my god, this is so fucking heavy. How am I gonna fucking pedal this? So as I've been cycling it, the old bike had what they fucking called? Like mounts for the locks. Like I could clip the lock onto the bike, cycle, and then it's kind of very easy. It's always they're always together. But with this recent one, it's a new bike. I didn't want to buy new locks, and all these things. I was like, oh, I'll buy it later. I'll buy a big expensive lock later on. I'll save up, or oh, I'll buy a mount. I'll have it, later. Later. It's all about later. But yeah, the lock I put in my backpack, and I always take out and stuff. And again, just careless stuff of like I could have easily just gotten the expensive lock, had it mounted on. It's always there. You know it's done. You know it's secure. All that good stuff. Yeah, just been fucking careless with it. And I only had this bike for 3 months. I had it for like the end of summer, so basically just early autumn. And I fucking, really was having a good time. And you know what it's like? It's like having an affair. I felt like I had an affair with this bike because it wasn't, I got it from a friend and stuff like that. I was all right. Here we go, and yeah, I fucking miss her. Miss her so much. Now I'm back with the old missus. She's a little dusty. Got to clean her up. You know what I mean? You got to take her to a little checkup, get her fixed. But that's what it is, man. It's like you had a nice 3 months with this younger, thinner, lighter model. And you ever get that feeling? I don't know, like, okay, I've never cheated on someone. I've never had an affair. I'm not married. Never had a long-term relationship where I've cheated on. I wouldn't do that. I don't know why I said I haven't, as if, like, I've not had the opportunity. Just nothing in my psyche. But with this inanimate object, that's how it felt like. It felt like, oh my god, I've got two of these. I felt invincible. I felt arrogant. Hence why all the carelessness. And yeah, that's what it was like. It was like you go out with your hot chick and you're spending time with her, but you don't chain her up properly, and yeah, someone takes her away from you. Oh my god, that is traumatic, Caesar. That's probably why you're so stressed. You had your entire bike stolen. That explains it. Oh no, 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 that's not it. That's not it. We still got more. We have still got more. On Friday, I went to my gig. It was at a restaurant. I dined. I left the headphones there. I thought, oh my god, I realized this on Saturday. I was like, all right, I've left my headphones at the restaurant. I must have just left at the seat when I was dining, blah, blah. Went to the restaurant. Hey, I was here yesterday. I had them headphones. So lost and found? Nope. Are you sure? Check all this, check that. If you check CTV, check with staff. Okay. We'll get back to you. Give my number. Not heard anything. I'm like, okay, someone took it, right? Headphones don't just disappear off the fucking planet Earth. Someone must have picked it up, took it with me, and yeah, again, this is carelessness on my part because got to the restaurant around 7. It's a Japanese restaurant in Covent Garden. Downstairs, they have a comedy night. I was there, and I was there the second half. And normally, I'll probably like sit down. I don't want to sit down. I was like, you know what? I just need to clear my head a bit. So I go for a walk, nah. And then just because I was like, you know what? Fucking restaurant upstairs. Let me eat. I'm not eating anything. I was tempted to always eat there anyway. I was like, let me eat. So from 7 to 8, I had some food. And yeah, I just dumped my stuff to the side. And around 8 o'clock, between 8 and 8:15, I had to go downstairs to check if the first half was finished, and then run back upstairs to finish my meal. So a little bit of like back and forth and stuff. So there was times where my things were left like unattended, but yeah, not to you think you're in a restaurant, with staff and stuff like that. Who's gonna be there? And the table next to me was a couple, and the person on my side was a woman, and then you had our partner, and they look like a lovely couple. I don't see it. I don't see that being them picking him up and stuff like that. I just don't feel that was it. I feel like it was probably a member of staff, like, it's waiter, whatever, see some expensive headphones, think to yourself, right, well, I'll have that for myself. Or a cleaning staff, but again, one of the two. My gut feeling is that is someone there because I don't want to have the other feeling, which is the other feeling would be I took them downstairs into the comedy club, and then an audience member or another comedian took them, which again, I just don't want to have that thought. I'd rather, if it's anyone, let it be a fucking staff member who at least can delete CCTV or whatever. But yeah, headphones stolen, bike stolen, accessories at this point seems redundant, but 3 days in a row. I mean, they say bad things happen in threes, but fuck me. I mean, Jesus Christ, they don't. I mean, did not see this coming. Did not see this coming. If you asked me last weekend when I was recording the podcast, I was generally bored. I was like, oh my god, I'm having an uneventful life. There's nothing to talk about in these podcast episodes. Not anymore. Not any fucking more. And you know what's worse? The worst part about like when you got things stolen. Okay, so I had to do the police report, and whilst all this was happening, I had to look online to see like anyone trying to sell things. You know what I mean? And now I get targeted ads for headphones. The new Bose headphones. Targeted ad for bikes. Hey, you looking for bikes? Well, here's a bunch of deals. Yeah, targeted fucking ads are insulting when you've had can you at least like let me grieve before you start trying to sell me shit? At least let me process the last 3 days. I mean, thank fucking God we have other things on social media to distract me, right? Fucking this is the time for fitness influencers. Thank God for your bikini outfits and your muscular backs, because that is what I've been staring at when I'm trying to distract myself from all this fucking thing. Is all these 50-year-olds bragging that they never had a drink and never lived a life. I'll tell you right now, I could use a fucking drink. I could use a fucking drink. But I've been good. I've been fucking good. Yeah, Project Fat Fuck is on the way. Eat really well. I've had some treats, but they've been deserved. You know what I mean, I haven't gone overboard. Hasn't been too much junk. It's been smart. But yeah, that's kind of been the real reason for my downness this week. It's just my fucking head cannot take it anymore. And we're about 10 minutes into this podcast, and if you've stayed with me this long, that means this podcast is for you. This is the kind of podcast. If you're willing to hear a person rant away, then yeah, follow the podcast, share the podcast, rate the podcast, all that good stuff. But moving on to the fucking weekend. Friday, I actually had a really fucking good evening, right? That's the irony of all this, because I didn't realize my headphones were stolen until Saturday. So I had a really fucking good end to the week. So Thursday, the bike was stolen. I was aware of that, and I was like, oh, okay, right. Realize it, move on, go to my gig. And yeah, first thing I do, I mentioned as well, I was dining. I had unlimited sushi. That was the thing. So I spent about 45 quid for an hour just eating non-stop. I'll be honest with you, I ate so much. I was so stuffed. I'll go through the kind of generic items I had. Like, there was various chicken plates, so much sushi. There was a beef plate. I can't remember what it was, but it was like little beef cubes soaked in like teriyaki, and I can't remember how they described it, but it was kind of like, what's the thing you seared? It was like seared in like all that. I was honestly, the food was amazing. I had such a good time there. I was eating it. I honestly was such a pig because I had so much food that the last order I had, I didn't even eat it. I was like, I actually cannot put that in my stomach. I ordered it, but the thing was, it went through the system. They have a weird thing where it's like touchscreen, so you just push the button and it's like, yeah, come on. But I was like, all right, get the bill. I need to go downstairs, have some water just to kind of cleanse. And I was just kind of taking deep breaths of trying to just process my stomach, my fat fucking stomach, as I filled it up with sushi and chicken and prawns and all the good stuff. Fucking amazing. I love Japanese food. Absolutely love it. And I'd do it again, but I probably wouldn't do it right before speaking on stage. I was really struggling physically just to digest a meal. Went downstairs to the show, and yeah, chit chatting with the comedian. I had a weird interaction with a weird fucking comedian. He comes up to me and he was like, "Hey, I just told him my name and stuff like that," and then he recognized me. He asked me if I knew some other person. I was like, "No, sorry, I don't know what that is." And then he was like, "Oh, you don't know him because that person knows you," and I'm like, "All right, well, fair enough." And then he showed me the guy's Instagram profile. It was another comedian who I'm like, we don't follow each other on Instagram. I don't know who this comedian is. Like, this is an open micer. Like, no offense. I don't, I'm not trying to be like big headed and be like different levels, but I just don't know the person, right? There's so many people. There's some people you know on the circuit. You go, right, that person does these clubs. They're always on the bill. I've shared a bill with them or something. Yeah, I mean, you're aware of their work. But there's so many comedians that are at a level where you're just not going to come across them because they're doing these hell rooms that I used to fucking do and I no longer do them. And in those particular rooms, they're not advertised very well. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, here's just a list of names that are here on Thursday, and you go, great. Like, those names mean nothing to me as a general public. They're not like, the guy's headshot or like headline or whatever. There's nothing about it. So he's been really weird. And then he goes, "Oh, he said you and him went to Thorpe Park together." I'm like, "Mate, stop this right now. Like, you're just being weird." And he walked away for not. I didn't tell him to walk away, but it was like, okay, like, this is getting silly now. Um, he just went and walked away to get a drink. And I told the other comedian, I'm like, "Hey, by the way, was I being rude? Like, was my reaction like not?" And he was like, "Nah, that was odd. That was fucking odd." But anyway, I had a great fucking set. It was the kind of set where I was just on fire. I didn't record it. I forgot my fucking tripod and I didn't record it. I'm really annoyed because I would have loved to just to watch it back just for my own fucking. Sometimes that is a way to cheer you up. To watch yourself be great is a fucking great self care. Like, you should record yourself every chance you can in your moments of greatness. Me on stage and doing stand up, but take a photograph of a great meal you had. Take a fucking photograph of a if you did a run, whatever it is that you do. Just record stuff that you do and watch it back. It doesn't have to be, a video per se. Screenshot your fucking workout numbers. Do anything, right. Just fucking look back at yourself with pride. Sometimes it does fucking feel. I know pride's a sin, but in this particular case, sometimes a little bit of pride is good for you. Had a great fucking set. In the front row, there was just these kind of like classic English couples from, like, I think they were from Kent or Essex or something. That kind of just dolled up to the max. You know what I mean? So you had the guys that were like, one guy was absolute jacked, massive, like, superhero looking physique. He looked like just like, one of those fucking Avenger people. I don't know the characters' names, but point being, right, he was great. Next to him, his partner, right, dolled up to the max. He had little like zebra leggings and whatever. Next to her was this absolute jacked woman. I actually like she came across my eye straight away because of how. So she was you can just tell she was hitting the gym, right? She had muscles on her and stuff like that. Really impressive physique. As a human, really impressive physique. She looked absolute stunning. Great body, as a comedian, yeah, I made fun of her. I made fun of her just for having like neck muscles and stuff, and just like really being, insanely strong. But she was laughing and stuff like that. It was all in good spirits. And next to her was her partner with a man bun, and the guy had a man bun, right, and glasses, and he was like tall and lean. So as a couple and stuff like that, it was like so much comedy in there just to make fun of. As humans, they're all lovely people, but as a comedian, yeah, they were just really fun to play around with because they were kind of like talking within. So I was able to like shut them down, but with jokes. It was, again, just that level of fire. And then in the middle or kind of back row, there was one girl who had like a dolphin like laugh. And boy, when that laugh came out, I was like, oh my God, I now have something extra to play with. Because when you're just picking on the front row, you kind of have like a rapport and you have a callback. But when you add more characters into it, when you find out all these little characters in the audience to kind of just have a little callback with, it becomes really fun. But I did my material. It wasn't all crowd work. Like, I just fused it into it. and did my set. Really, just like nice, tight, everything else. The jokes worked out well. There was a moment in it where the setup is a little bit like it was just people were listening, and then but when the punchline hit, oh my god, it hit strong, and it was a great fucking set. It was a great fucking set, and even on Saturday, I did a gig on Saturday and stuff like that, and same thing. I Yeah, 10 minutes of just sharp stuff. There was one or two jokes because it was a new material night where it didn't work off, but I kind of played around with the idea that it was new. Like I got a laugh just from acknowledging that this is new, and like I fumbled on a couple of lines, and then one got a laugh, but I kind of was like, that's not it's not high enough. And they laughed at the fact that I was like dismissing their laugh. It was just a great moment with the thing. Funny incident happened within the audience because on the Saturday night there was a couple, married couple for many years, like 30 years, but she was 16 when they met and he was 24. Now she was cracking pedophile jokes. The wife was cracking jokes, funnier jokes than like some of the comedians and stuff like that, which does happen, especially with this level of comedy. Um, and yeah, when I went on stage and stuff like that, I did a little callback to it, and one woman was shocked, and I was like, "Oh no, you missed it." Like again, some when you hear it, it was like because call a guy a pedophile, it's like, "Oh my god, what the hell?" And then you tell the backstory, it's, "Oh my god," but when you see the fact that they're laughing, that's when you realize. That's the thing with the audience members that sometimes they don't get. It's like if the audience member is laughing, right, and you can't see it, you just have to relax and trust the environment. You're going into this environment. Just accept you're going to hear some shit that's not normal in a general society. Like if I met them in a restaurant, or if I was dining with them, having a, I wouldn't crack these kind of. This is a comedy club. You've entered the environment for it. But anyway, thank fuck for the great sets. And on Saturday night, went home to a little Lola's cupcake. Treat myself to a cupcake after everything that's happened in the weekend and stuff like that. I was like, I just need a little treat. I had a great set. I can, hang my head on the hat. Where the fuck? I don't fucking know expressions. Why am I trying to tell you some cliche expressions? I just felt good on Saturday given everything that's happened. And yeah, even today, as I'm recording this podcast and stuff like that, alone time is great. Alone time is fucking great. But what am I gonna do about all this? What the fuck am I gonna do? Well, first of all, my insurance is fucking annoying. It turns out like they're very specific. Like with content insurance, it's particular items as opposed to just content. So I didn't have any insurance on items because none of the items were specifically insured as opposed to just content in general. So yeah, very annoying on that regard. So first thing is I am already here we are in nearly end of October planning for 2026, and there is 70 days left, and approximately. I'm doing some bad math, and I'm also taking into consideration that you guys don't listen to this episode straight away. So less than 100 days, less than 75 days, whatever you want to call it, but we've got about 70 days left of the 2025. I'm already planning ahead of the process of replacing all these items. So as far as it, in the first 2 weeks of November, I'm in Germany doing gigs. So I'm not going to buy anything for the bike. So I'm going to hold that until the end, because if I'm in Germany for 2 weeks, I'm not going to have my bike. Let it just sit in the shed and just get locked up and locked away. As for the headphones, now I need to contemplate, do I buy it now and have it with me, or do I just have the replacement? Because I do have a bunch of headphones. I'm very much a tech guy, and I do like, and so I have some sporty headphones which are not great noise cancelling, but they do fit well, and generally speaking, the battery life is decent. Then I have the in-bud ones, those little tiny pod things. It's like earbuds you put in. I fucking hate them. I hate earbud headphones. My ears are too small. It's not the technology or the fact that my ears are so small. I'm always afraid they'll just fall out. So yeah, I'm thinking I'll leave that in the office. You know what I mean? Or I'll leave that at home so that when I'm home I can just listen to music. All right, take it off, leave it in charge, and then go outside and use the sports ones where they're at least they're comfortable on my ear, like they just sit on my head. I don't have to think about them too much, um, and they don't like go inside my ear where I gotta scratch my ear every time. So I still have a decision to make as far as do I wait? Because again, towards Christmas, you've got all the sales, you've got all the shopping and stuff like that. So my plan is to save some cash, put it in the bank, and then after the check from Munich, buy the shit you need, not that you want, buy the shit you need. So in this case, it would be a new pair of headphones. It would be the bike accessories because those are actually quite important when I'm traveling and stuff like that. Because I've got a gig sometimes, I need to have the GPS. So get that stuff sorted. As far as getting a new bike, I've browsed on, and thank you targeted ads for really giving me a kick to the balls about this. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get to 2026 and have basically no debt, things replaced, and then a payment plan of how I'm gonna save up for a new bike because I really enjoyed one having two bikes. I do feel like when you have to, because this current one that I have is thicker, stronger, bigger frame, good for the winter months. The other one, leaner, faster, good for the summer months. So I don't mind and also the fact that you're cycling less means that again the gears and the wheels and all that kind of stuff you got less risk of wear and tear. So I'm thinking of having a summer bike and a winter bike. And I've already got the winter bike, so that is checked. And all I can do is keep on cycling, keep on saving, and putting money towards the summer bike. That is the plan for 2026. But lessons learned from this past week of absolute. One is the carelessness on my part. The amount of times I said, and I'm relating to the bike thing, but I need to get a better lock. I need to mount this. I need to do that. Oh, I'll do it later. Like I'm just gonna try and implement actions, not words. Right? That's the kind of lesson I've learned. Just do it. Don't worry about the cost. Just put it on, and you can pay it off. Just get the things you need and get it done. Get it set. And I actually, to be fair, with most things, is that. But I am a huge fucking procrastinator with that kind of stuff. I'm quite bad with money in the context of I grew up not with money. So we didn't have expensive gifts growing up. Anything that was expensive, if it was broken or stolen, that's it. You don't get a new one. You have to just, adhere to the fact that you're not getting one until you save up and up for a new one. So that's the feeling I've always had of like whenever I get these kind of things up, it's always that the financial weight of it, and I have to relax that. I have to start doing payment plans, start doing like actual budgeting where the pressure takes off and therefore it's no longer that kind of burden because it's part of the plan. And just like running a business, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, these are my assets. This is what I need to do. So actions, not words. Just do it, get it done. Plan for the safety net. So as I was looking up all these accessories, there's a lot of anti-theft accessories you can do. In terms of insurance, I'm looking at which items now do I need to insure, even to be on the safe side. I'm going to insure my laptop. I'm going to insure my phone, because again, you just never know with this kind of stuff what kind of things happen. And yeah, I learned a lot as far as just things I didn't know that existed, and things that obviously put me in a better mood. But it fucking sucks, you know what I mean? At least I'm not in any debt or anything like that. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It fucking sucks. My self care has always been like exercise, nutrition, stuff like that. I'm trying to eat well and put myself in the right mindset, drink a lot more water. As I said before, I'm doing the Project Fat Fuck, which is just me trying to shed off and not be a pig, not be a couch potato, not snack away, not like emotional eat, all the things I mentioned in previous episodes. But yeah, that has been the last fucking week, and it's been a massive, massive emotional roller coaster, and self care has fucking helped me through it. And again, looking back on all the lessons I've learned from the previous episodes, it's kind of helped me process this a lot more because I did not punch a single wall. That is impressive. And with that being said, we have come to the end of this episode. Thank you again for listening. If you have listened all the way, thank you again. People, leave comments, follow, share, rate the podcast. I want to keep growing this podcast. I do feel it helps me a lot. I hope it helps you. Maybe you've had a similar experience. Maybe if I can, I don't know, cracking a couple of jokes and stuff like that helps, or just hearing someone rant about it makes you be like, oh yeah, that happened to me too. Yeah, write a comment, ask a question, do whatever you want to do. But otherwise, as always, guys, take care of yourselves, do your self care, and yeah, see you next time. Cheers, bye bye.